Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. So in the last video I went over linear expressions. So if we had to recap, a linear expression was one in which there was no equal to sign. That would make it an expression, and linear meant that it should not have a power. So the power of every variable should be equal to 1. So if we have the variable x, then the power must always be equal to 1, right? So that was linear expression. So this will be a linear expression, 7x plus 5y, right? So in this video we will go over expansion, simplification and factorization of linear expressions. So what do I mean by simplify? So if we had a linear expression which was something like 3x minus 4x, right? So since the variables are same, x and x, right, then we can simplify it. What I mean by that is, so if there is nothing over here, that means that we have a positive sign, right? So we can write positive over here. So we will only consider the coefficients, so positive 3 and negative 4. So positive 3 and negative 4, positive 3 and negative 4 make negative 1. So we will write negative 1x, right? So the simplified expression would be negative 1x. This would be our answer. So this is our answer, right? Let's look at another example. For example, we had minus 3x plus 5y plus x minus 4y. Let's just say. So what we basically do is we will first simplify or rearrange it in the style that like terms are together and other like terms are together. What I mean by like terms is that terms with the same variables should be together. So this term and this term have the same variables, and this term and this term have the same variables. So let's write them together. So we have minus 3x plus x plus 5y and minus 4y, right? So we will now do the same thing we did in the previous example, and we will just consider the coefficients. So the coefficients of x are minus 3 and positive. There's nothing over here, so we assume that there's a 1. So negative 3 positive 1 makes negative 2, and then we have x with it, and then we consider the coefficients of y, which are positive 5 and negative 4. So positive 5 and negative 4 make positive 1, so positive 1y, right? You can either write it like this, or you can also write it like negative 2x plus y. That would mean the same thing, and this will be our answer. Now let's learn how to expand things, expansion of linear equation. So by that I mean that, for example, if we had question 2 bracket x negative 1 positive 4 bracket x plus 1, right? Something like this. So what we do is we open this bracket by multiplying it with 2. So in a way we will be expanding it, right? And then we expand this bracket or open this bracket by multiplying it with 4, right? So let's do that. So 2 into x will be 2x, and then first we multiply 2 with this, and then we will multiply 2 with this. In the same way, first we multiply 4 with this term, and then we multiply it with this term. So 2 into x will be 2x, and 2 into negative 1 will be negative 2. Plus 4 into x will be 4x, and 4 into 1 will be 4, right? Now we do the same thing, we simplify it. So in simplify, we group the like terms together. So we group the x terms together and the y terms together, right? So the constants together. So the x terms are 2x and 4x. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So we have 6x, and then we have negative 2, positive 4. So that will make positive 2. So this is our simplified answer. Let's look at a more complex question. So for example, if we had something like 7x minus 2, and then we had a bigger bracket, 3x minus 2 minus 2 bracket x minus 5 and then bracket close, right? So what we do is first we expand these brackets, the round ones, and we do them by multiplying this with this bracket with 3 and this bracket with -2, right? So let's first do that. So we'll copy these things down. So we'll write 7x minus 2. You copy the bracket as well, and then you write you expand this. So you do the same thing. You multiply the 3 with this as well as with this, and you multiply the -2 with this and with this. So 3 into x will be 3x. 3 into -2 will be -6, right? And then -2 into x will be -2x, and -2 into -5 will be +10, right? And then bracket closed. Now you group the like terms together and simplify them. So 3x and -2x and -6 in plus 10, right? So -3x and positive 3x and -2x make positive x, and -6 plus 10 make positive 4. And then we simplify the other things together. Now we will expand this bracket by multiplying it with -2. So the same thing happens here. You first multiply the 2 with this x and then with this 4. So you copy down the 7x, and then we have -2 into x is -2x, and -2 into +4 is -8. Then use group the like terms together. So these both are the like terms. So 7x and -2x is +5x and -8. So this will be our final answer. Let's look at another example. In this example, we will be dealing with fractions. So let's say we had 2x -5 divided by 3 minus 3x minus 2 divided by 5, right? So what we do is we first find out the LCM of 3 and 5. You can go back and check my video on LCM. So 3 and 5. Since 3 and 5 are both prime numbers, so we can only divide this with prime numbers. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 5 will be copied down, and 5 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 1 is 5. So their prime factors will be 3 and 5 itself. So 3 into 5 is 15. So the lowest common multiple of these both numbers is 15, right? So what we basically do is we will multiply this whole fraction by 5. So you multiply the denominator as well as the numerator with 5, and you multiply this denominator as well as the numerator with 3, right? So you multiply this whole thing with 3. So you multiply 5 with first 2x and then with -5. So 5 into 2x is 10x, and 5 into -5 is -25. And then we have 3 into 5 is 15, right? We do the same thing here. We multiply the 3 with first this and then with this. So 3 into 3x is 9x, and 3 into -2 is -6. And then we have 3 into 5 is 15. Now you simplify the bracket. By that you take the denominator common. So you make these two fractions and merge them into a single fraction. So we will have a single denominator. So you multiply the numerator of the first fraction as it is, so 10x minus 25, and if you had a positive over here, then we would have copied the numerator of the second fraction as well too. But since we have a denominator or a negative sign over here, then what we will do is we will multiply the negatives with the signs of the numerator. So negative into 9x is -9x, and negative into -6 will be +6, right? So now we have a single fraction. Now we do the same thing. We group the like terms together. So the like terms are 10x and -9x and -25 and +6, right? So 10x minus 9x will be only +x, and -25 plus 6 will be -19, and our denominator will be 15. So this will be our simplified answer, right? Let's look at another example. So let's say we had 2x plus x minus 4 divided by 9 minus 2x minus 5 divided by 3, right? So when we don't have anything in the denominator, we can assume that there is 1 in the denominator. Now we will do the same thing. We will find the LCM of the three numbers that are in the denominator. So 1, 9 and 3. So you don't really have to consider 1 since it's the lowest possible number itself. Then we have 3 and 9. So the lowest common factor of 3 and 9 is 3, right? So you copy down the 1, and 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 times 1 is 3. Then again you have 3, which is divisible by 3. So 1, 1 and 1. So 3 into 3 will be our lowest common multiple. Sorry, this is 3. So that makes 9. So 9 will be our lowest common multiple. So we do the same thing. We multiply everything. We multiply the denominators to make 9. We can make 9 over here by multiplying it by 9. And whatever you do in the denominator, you have to do the same thing in the numerator. So you multiply the 2x as well with 9. The same thing goes over here. So since 9 is already 9 in the denominator, so you don't have to multiply it with anything. So you don't have to multiply anything to the numerator as well. Now this you can make 3 9 by multiplying it by 3, and since you are multiplying the denominator with 3, you will also have to multiply the numerator with 3. So this will be it, right? Now you multiply all this. So 2x into 9 will be 18x, and then 1 into 9 will be 9, plus this fraction will remain as it is. So x minus 4 over 9, and then we have, so you multiply this with first this and then with this. So 3 into 2x will be 6x, and 3 into negative 5 will be negative 15, and then we have 3 into 3 is 9. And now you consider these signs, this positive and negative. As I said earlier, when you have positive signs, then you copy down this thing as it is. So we have 18x, you will copy down the 18x as it is, and then you copy down the x minus 4 as it is too, right? And then but over here we have negative, so we will consider the sign. So negative into positive 6x will be negative 6x, and the minus sign with negative 15 will make positive 15, and then we'll have a single denominator, which is 9. Now you group the like terms together. So we have 18x plus x minus 6x. So 18x plus x minus 6x will be 19x minus 6x, which makes 13x, right? And then we have minus 4 and positive 15, which makes positive 11. So 13x plus 11 divided by 9 will be our answer. That's it for this video. I hope you all learned something. Goodbye.